and I'm back with another video. And I want to do something different this time. I usually do Dokkan stuff, as you may know. Um, since it's quarantine and everything, and I'm really bored, and yeah, there's a lot of like time on my hands. To be honest, I usually stay up a lot, and I just want to catch up on some anime. And I finished Kimagure Orange Road around I'd say February, right? And then I figured out about Maison Ikkoku. I seen it being compared a lot to that anime because the character designs of these two characters, Godai and Kyoko, are very similar to Ayukawa and Kyosuke. I think his name, yeah, Kyosuke. Um, it's been a while. I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, they're very similar in design. But I'm going to be talking about Kimagure Orange Road a lot in this video. But this whole like series I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be like going over like animes I've been watching recently. I'm on episode 51 right now on this anime. I started about like wait a minute. Sorry about that. 3 days ago, I think. And I'm on episode 50. This is really caught my eye. Really like it. Has that nice aesthetic that I like. Um, Kyoko is a very, very, very is a very good waifu. Let me just be honest there. She's a very likable character. It's very different from what's it called, Ayukawa. Um, she Kyoko is more of the wife type character that I've seen so far. Seen so far of her, and Ayukawa is more of that mysterious, serious type. But once you get to know her, she's actually very sweet. I feel like, um, and yeah, one of the things that I really like about the anime, I haven't really read the manga. I might actually do that after because I heard there's this scene in the manga. I already know what happens in the end, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. There's a scene in the manga between these two, right? And it's not in the anime because what's it called? There's some no stuff going on. So that's what and it's like a really good scene though. I know what it is. It's nothing suggestive. It's just like it's weird. I can't explain it right now because it's gonna spoil stuff. So yeah, it was really good character building for these two. That's for the relationship. I don't know if it was in the middle or the end, but yeah, like this. The another thing about this anime that I really like is the music. The music is consistently amazing. The first opening um, is very cheerful, very like bubblegum pop type like feel to me, and the visuals are like pretty pleasing. Um, yeah, it's just overall a good time to like watch these openings, and the endings are just magnificent. The endings are probably my favorite, one of my favorite endings of all time in any anime that I've watched so far in my life. Like I love ending 4. It's been on my head ever since I watched it for the first time. Oh my, I've been playing it and playing it over and over. I love that song. Um uh, and I love the visuals, and especially when it shows Mitaka and Kyoko drinking at a fancy restaurant. I don't know, it just brings out like a good like feel to it. And also when what's it called? Godai and his girlfriend, I forgot the name of because I hate her. Um, and they're just walking, and I just find that very calming and relaxing the way that's animated and the way it looks. And yeah, the music is amazing. The animation, right? It's a rom com. It's made by the same person who made Ramna One and a Half, which I grew up with in my where I lived in my country. Um, they aired it in Arabic, so I watched that when I was like 6 or like 5. I watched that a lot, so that was like that One Piece and Beyblade were like the three shows I watched. I didn't even know it was anime. I just thought it was fucking crazy. And Dragon Ball Z. That was also a thing I used to watch in Arabic. Those 4 shows used to go crazy for that shit. But yeah, I grew up with her stuff, and when I watch the show, I feel very nostalgic, and it brings me back to like when I was very young, and just watching Space Tune, which was the program I watched my anime in. It was very nostalgic, and especially the opening too. Reminded me of a lot of Ramna's opening, the first one. Yet to finish Ramna though, because I barely remember much of it, but I've been watching it, but I just like held it off. Um, uh, yeah, this anime is 96 episodes compared to Kimigure Orange Run's 48. Very short. Um, uh, excuse me. It's not short compared to Kimigure Orange Road. It's actually longer, but Kimigure Orange Road is very short. I can You could probably finish in like a day, but I started watching it like when I had school, so I could binge and shit. Barely had any time on my hands, so yeah. The reason why I chose this image for this commentary, right? Because I'm not gonna be editing for this. I just want to like just ramble on about the anime I've been watching. Um, it's because I love this episode. It was just really cute and like calming and wholesome and just really fun because basically in this episode, Godai goes joins this club, this puppet club, and what's it called? One of the during the puppet show, right? One of the club members actually needed to leave to meet her boyfriend or something, and then Kyoko was there, and then the club president was like, "Hey, you should do this part," and then Godai insisted because he fucking loves her and shit, and oh shit, I didn't even explain the plot. I'll get to that later. But yeah, and it's just really like the way they interact is just I love it. It's just so satisfying to me. So basically, this show is about Maison Ikkoku is a apartment complex, right? And um, what's it called? Godai is a Ronin, which is basically a like college like a person that's looking for to get into college. He's 19 when the beginning of the show. This show, I believe, spans for 6 years, which is really cool. And he is fed up with his tenants. They party all the time in his room, drink, get drunk, and hinder his studies. So he's fed up, and he actually leaves. But before he leaves, Kyoko, which it becomes the new manager for the business. I mean for Maison Ikkoku, and she comes to live there because she's the manager, and um, it's love at first sight for Godai. So yeah, he stays, and throughout the show, he quote unquote simps for Kyoko. There is some simpery. Godai does show some simpery, but it's okay because who cares, man? It was the 80s. Who cares? Yeah, the show came out in 1986. I don't know if the manga probably came out in 1984, 1983, probably. I don't know. But yeah. So the whole show is about the obstacles Godai has to face with Kyoko. But Kyoko, right, has her husband. She was a widow. She's a widow, and her husband Soichiro, which she names her dog after, um, uh, well, his dog that she owns, right, after him. And she can't move on because beginning of the show, it's been about a year since he died, and she can't get over that. And around episode 5, you figure this out, and it's a bombshell for Godai, and it's interesting seeing how he deals with that throughout the show. I didn't get to the. There are like my where I am right now. There are signs of like them, like there is some chemistry. There is some chemistry, and when that chemistry is shown, it's the most satisfying thing ever. Um, uh, and yeah, I just feel like at this point of the show, right, Kyoko does not realize that. No, she does realize her feelings, but she's just denying it so because she's still faithful to Soichiro, and she doesn't want to move on because she just loved him so much. Um, so yeah, the show is really good. Um, I don't know what else to say, but oh yeah, I have some gripes with this show a little bit. In the beginning, it's kind of you can kind of tell that the mangaka was kind of just figuring out what she should do with the show. I feel like, um, it was like in the beginning it's just like episodic shit, right? And it was like kind of tedious. But then after that, some characters getting introduced and stuff. Um, Mitaka, who is basically Godai, but rich, tan, and good at tennis and stuff like that. And he simps over Kyoko. That's just the fact. He's basically a simp for her. Um, and yeah, it's kind of frustrating seeing how Godai, how stupid he is. Especially with the excuse me with the his coworker, his old coworker. I forgot her name. She basically is what's it called? Fuck, is that bowl cut haired girl from Kimagure Orange Road? She basically plays the same role um for the show, and she's super annoying. She's basically there to extend the show's runtime. And I really don't like that. I wish it was just focused on them two and just trying to Godai trying to break through that wall that is Soichiro, trying to make Kyoko move on and realize her feelings for him. Which I wish that really did happen. This show shouldn't have been 96 episodes in my opinion, but there are movies. I don't know if they're canon, but I'm going to watch them. I'm gonna watch the one. I forgot what it's called, but I know one of them is just an hour and a half of just Godai and Kyoko moments. It's literally a AMV, but like an official one, basically. So yeah, um, I actually want to talk about the tendons real quick. Um, Akemi is she's pretty cool, I guess. Like she had like that one episode about like that one dude who this quote unquote fuck boy, right? Well, he is a fuck boy, and she basically got played and shit, and that's just her getting over it and stuff. And I thought that was a pretty good episode, honestly. That was a solid ass episode. I really liked that episode. Um, so she's a pretty cool character. I like fuck, I forgot their names. Like it's just weird. Fucking the one that always harasses him. The dude that his grandpa basically was like the co-founder of Maison Ikkoku, and that was a whole episode. That was really cool. I really like that episode. I think he's my favorite. He's my favorite character, just because he's really funny. He's genuinely funny. I actually got some laughs. Like this and Slam Dunk were the last animes. I mean, last anime that I actually would think that I would actually get a laugh because one, I read a little bit of Vagabond. I don't think it's that like I no not I didn't read much of Vagabond. I read like the first few chapters, and that's a seinen. So I was like, that's made by the same author. I don't think this is gonna be. I think this is not gonna be as like. I don't think it's gonna be like comedic in any sense, and it actually made me like actually laugh like hard. So Slam Dunk, I'm gonna make a video about that later on. I actually finished that, but I did watch it during quarantine. I'm gonna go over all the animes I watched during quarantine. So yeah, um that's it for My Son Ikoku. I recommend this highly if you're a fan of Inuyasha, especially Ramna. If you're a fan of Ramna and you grew up with Ramna and you love it, this is a must see. This is very realistic in my opinion. I love there's some moments in the show that just feels real, and it's just like, damn, like that is just it just feels really good to watch. And sometimes um, art, like early on, the art is very like simplistic, but later on it does get really nice. Honestly, I really do like it, especially with the eyes and like the jawline, how that's structured. It's still simple, but still has detail, which I really like. This was made by Studio Dean, I believe. So that's a good studio. That's pretty good. I think they did what's it called? Kimagure Orange Road as well. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But yeah, check this out if you have the time, which you probably do, most likely. This is a probably gonna take a week to finish if you watch it consistently. Um, yeah, that's what I think about it. And I'm gonna make um, I'm probably gonna upload another video I'm gonna record more of this stuff. I really like that. I don't know what to call this yet, but I really like this. It's a just one Dokkan JP Dokkan is just like kind of right now, and also I don't really have my phone on me, so that's the thing. So I'm just gonna do videos like this and just talk about anime. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like and comment if you want more of this, and peace.